It looks like that hurts.
It did look like that hurt.
Like, goddamn, these are the thickest shoes ever.
Okay, I want you to run down what you thought my thumbnails were today.
Okay, one, I want to say heels wear Nike all the time. Like, that's what I'm noticing from heels. I was going with Darby Allin swinging to save the day.
As we know now, AEW has been wiped from thumbnail contention forever again because of Cody Rhodes.
Damn it, Cody. Damn it. I had Xia Li. I had, just doing shit. I didn't know what she was going to be doing, but I knew she was going to be doing shit.
So there you go.
I had Toni Storm. Just being out there, basically. Holding the microphone.
And you were correct.
Oh, I knew it.
That's actually a good thumbnail. Let's be real. That is actually a good thumbnail.
That is. It looks serious. And Zoe Stark before. And then my last one was going to be William Regal. Oh, no, not William Regal. It would be Cameron Grimes playing basketball with the black people.
Okay, so you didn't go with what I was considering doing. The Black History Month moment of the night.
Damn, he went full to talk of the night.
Or the let me tell you something, brother moment of the night. Because he just came in there. I've never seen someone kick like that. Because he was so happy to do that upside down thing. And then all you did, pow!
Man, when's the last time he got his full entrance? He's normally been waiting in the ring. This is the first time he got his full entrance since losing the title. And then bang! I was like, God damn. Who was that? Coco?
He always
Coco
gets beaten up.
Kicked him in the head.
He always gets beaten up recently. Justice for Leon Ruff.
Yes. Leon Ruff.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Ow, ow, ow!
Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Oh, wow. Way to bring us back. Was not seeing that coming.
First of all, you're the one that created this. I don't know why I still have it.
I deleted it off my computer. I was like, I don't need to ever see this again.
Well, it's back. Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, Lord Manny Hayes, and I'm joined by
Marcus the Grand Finale. What was that?
Siri somehow activated on my watch without me even talking to it.
Siri's in the mood. Siri's in the mood. How you doing today, Manny?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing okay. You know what? I think my cough's returned, but I'm okay. I made it through the entire thumbnail talk and the pre-show without coughing, but I bet you in the middle of this show, randomly, I'm going to start coughing. But who knows?
Papa Shango is coming to get him, people. Papa Shango is coming to get him.
Oh my God! Why haven't we coughed up black stuff on this show yet? I should have.
What black stuff do we have? What black liquid do we have that we can spit out of our mouths?
I'm sure I can go to the liquor store across the street to find something. I'm sure it's some cheap ass malt liquor there that make me throw up blood. I'm sure it's something.
So, are you ready to get into the show?
Absolutely. Let's jump right into it. Let's dive right into
it. So AEW kicks off with Jon Moxley versus Ryan Nemeth. I can't remember the match because the match was pointless.
It was, but you know what? It was a good old-fashioned squash match, which I was happy to see. Ryan Nemeth is terrible at everything he does. His promo was absolute ass, but like just the worst type of ass. He had 3 seconds and he was terrible.
Is he the younger or older brother of Dolph?
I'm gonna say he's younger. He's got to be younger.
He looks older though.
Yeah. You know, there's somebody. Sometimes you look at somebody and realize, oh, that's somebody's brother and all. How did they end up in AEW? Why did WWE scoop it up? I exactly see how Ryan Nemeth got there.
Yeah.
He has nothing. Dog can't even talk him in the door. Like, you know, it's my brother. You know, he can just come out with the dirty dogs. And then you can just see people going like, nah, man. He's terrible. No.
So Moxley grabs the mic. He said he'll do whatever it takes to get his title back. When you hear exploding barbed wire deathmatch, he first thinks of fire, blood, burns, torture, agony.
Ooh.
It's basically a Fiend video. It's a vintage Japanese wrestling magazine, and he is addicted to laying his blood, sweat, and tears in the ring. The thought of this match is attractive to him.
It's amazing, right? He wanted all of this. Apparently, he wants to smoke. I don't know why Kenny would pick this match. It seems like something Mox would do anyway, right? It just seems like this is like, he didn't pick it. I was gonna pick it too. We're in agreement here. So they plan on blowing each other up. But yeah. I do hate Excalibur. I hate him, and like him explaining what the barbed wire deathmatch. He's got there's eyes in there. I just hate him. He's my least favorite commentator in AEW right now, and I've never even heard the Big Show do commentary yet, ever.
So let's talk about that. So the Big Show has signed with AEW because the WWE and him could not work out terms on a new contract.
Money.
And I think it's because Big Show was asking for too much money.
Yeah, well, Manny, he was in a WWE Championship match at last year's WrestleMania. He was the real main event of WrestleMania once the lights went out. I mean, I'm demanding more money at this point. I'm a star of a Netflix show. I've lost at least 100 pounds since the last time anybody.
He wouldn't have that Netflix show if WWE didn't sign off on it.
Let's not give that. Let's not say. Let's not call it. Let's not be honest here, okay? Let's not be honest here.
And what's that? Hello? Oh yeah, Netflix called. His show got cancelled. And yes, this is an Xbox controller.
I'm glad you clarified. You know my favorite thing about that is when people do phone descriptions with their hand. It's really out of date. No one has a phone that looks anything like this anymore. No one.
Hello?
Hello? Look like you're doing a Madonna Vogue. You don't have to do anything. I was checking my phone. Like, it's stupid. Anyway, Paul White, you know, I don't have a problem with him going to AEW. I mean, he found more money there. They're willing to pay him. He's going to do commentary. I think he's going to do fine. If he's going to wrestle there a little bit, that'd be fine too. He's not horrible. I just hate the hippos and crates that are all of a sudden the AEW fans whenever they get any type of signing. You can't tell me, Manny, that there were Big Show fans in the world out there. There was none. There was please retire chants going on every time there was a crowd and he showed up to the ring.
Well, Marcus. No, I firmly believe he's going to interfere at some point next week during the Cody versus Shaq match, which these two actually decided to train in a ring this week.
No, Manny. Not these two decided to train.
Okay.
Jade got in the ring. Shaq was on the apron coaching Jade how to wrestle. In which JR goes and says, the worst thing JR has ever said on a wrestling TV. I think Shaq's going to win. You can't teach size. And I'm like, JR, no, not you. Don't say this.
So
this match is going to be horrible. And it's one of those matches that I have to see it to believe it. I think it's going to be the worst match since Kurt Angle's wife, who became Jeff Jarrett's wife, fought Booker T's wife, Sharmell, in a match. That's how bad I think it's going to be. Because Jade and Real Velvet will have to carry this match because Cody is still hurt.
So we move on to Ricky Starks and Brian Cage versus the Varsity Blondes. You know what? It was actually a decent tag match.
Yep.
And then
showed up.
And then obviously the bullshit happened right after it. So a video package of Sting allegedly rescuing Darby Allin, still attached to the car apparently.
Hold on. That video was Sting had nothing to do with that video, by the way.
His glove was in the video.
AEW Sting glove. Well shot, Darby Allin. When I know your little hands from anybody. Those weren't Sting little hands in those gloves, Darby. Those were your little hands driving that car.
Then Sting comes out dragging a body bag, which turns out to be Hook. As Darby comes out on a zip line. And then Sting hits the Stinger Splash and Scorpion Death Drop on Cage, which is the worst move now. Like when you look back at it now of things people can do, especially on AEW, that is the worst move on the actual roster.
That's a terrible thing. I feel like everybody has at least 30 different things better than the Scorpion Death.
There's at least 40 different variations of that move on the roster.
Hold on. Because it's done by Sting, Manny, I'm going to give it credibility. I give it credibility because it's done by Sting. Sting the stuff. Old wrestling moves work. Like if Jake the Snake Roberts were to do a DDT on somebody, god damn it, that person is not getting up. I don't care who they are.
I'm popping back up. You know why?
No, you stay down and respect.
Do you know why?
What?
His lungs can't make him do it, Marcus. His lungs, he got bronchitis.
Damn it, Jake. We can talk about Jake in the main event when he's grabbing a leg or something.
Did you see how slow it took him to do that as well?
Yeah. I want to go back to this zip line thing. I enjoyed it to an extent, but the logic behind it, I feel like I could have given. If I was Brian Cage at Ricky Starks, and I see Sting taking Hook out the bag, I'm just going to go whoop Sting's ass. Like, okay, Darby is swinging down, but he's going to take some time before he gets here, and he may get hung up. So let's go beat Sting up. Let's go handle business, and then come back and get Darby, because Darby can't do anything while he's up there.
So then we obviously move on later in the night
He's
to
the Batman. He thinks he's the Batman coming down like that. They should have grabbed his leg. Like when he jumped down, they should have been like, motherfucker. They should have had a Darby Pinata. I'm just saying.
So we obviously move into Miro in the back, throwing out empty threats again to Charles the Butler and the gang.
Yep.
And then Charles and the gang ask for a match with a note much like he was in school.
Yeah.
And then he chews it up and spits it at Tony, which I don't think is the right thing to do during this season.
No. We're a little bit past flu season, maybe in the middle of it, and COVID is still rampant. I don't care what Johnson & Johnson said they're doing with the vaccine. It ain't happening, Miro. So Miro's still dead, right? Is he coming back one day? I just feel like each week he digs a deeper hole in his career. Like, it doesn't matter what he does. Like, this segment was awkward. It was weird. I don't think he needs to be with Penelope Ford and the other guy. Kip Sabian.
Do you know what? I'm not sold on Kip Sabian anymore. Like, when he was actually having matches, yeah, cool. Now he's just a piece of trash that circles around backstage.
This feud has devalued everybody in the feud. Miro, Sabian, Ford. Chucky T wasn't even ranked, but somehow he lost credibility. Trent was hurt in this. And Orange Cassidy, who was main eventing shows, is involved in this, and now he's out. Terrible. Terrible.
So we now move into Brandon Cutler versus Jake Hager. Long story short, the Inner Circle continue to beat up Brandon Cutler after Jake Hager destroys him. Young Bucks come out to make the save.
I'm sorry, you can't make this short. I'm sorry. There's something that stood out. One, Luchador's tweet is still up on the screen about not defending the Big Show.
It needs to stay up there longer.
Two, I think I saw the worst use of pyro and theatrics in the history of wrestling. Why does Brandon Cutler come out like he's Ultimo Dragon or the greatest wrestler ever? He has this giant getup like his WrestleMania. He has pyro coming out. He has one victory his whole life. Why does he have all of this?
Yeah,
this is the worst use of anything ever.
But, Marcus, if Lee Johnson on his next entrance does not have any of this, Racism.
Manny, I'm willing to bet we never see Lee Johnson again on Dynamite.
Well, we haven't
Why
seen
would
the
you
Gun Club. We haven't seen the Gun Club in a match since ever again.
I've seen them in the back over in the corners, cheering.
Yeah, but that don't count.
That does not count. So with that being said, do you see Lee Johnson and all these guys going to AEW Dark 2, which is basically AEW Thunder Elevation? I don't even know why.
I know what this is. Is this going on to combat people not watching Raw?
It's going on like an hour before Raw, and I'm like, why is this happening? Like, I wouldn't even. This isn't a warm-up show. This is gonna make me like Raw more. Raw's 4 hours. Bro, 4 hours straight of wrestling. I'm not.
I don't think anyone would want to put themselves through 4 hours of wrestling. We saw this when we watch WrestleMania. When it goes past the 4 hour mark, it's like I'm done.
Yeah.
I need to take a break. It's much like Wrestle Kingdom when it was on one day and it was like 8 hours long. Like, Jesus Christ, guys, let's have a break.
Yeah. Well, they did. In the middle of Wrestle Kingdom, they take an intermission break, and I'm like, no, let's get this shit over with. Get them out there. Turn the lights back on. Let's get this over with.
Like, I'm going to sleep if you have an intermission.
I don't need elevation. What match is this? Brandon Cutler?
Yeah, so obviously the Young Bucks. Yeah, the Young Bucks obviously come out to make the save and then challenge Jericho and MJF tonight. But they saw someone wandering. But MJF and Jericho come up on the screen and saw someone wandering around backstage. They took out Papa Buck, and he's got ketchup all over his face.
Pure ketchup. Not even good ketchup, too. I bet you they use Hunt's and not even Heinz. It's trash. Just absolute trash. Manny, I'm going to say this, and this might be I'm shocked I'm even saying this. The worst part about AEW is the Young Bucks. I feel like they make, like, everything about what they do. Like, I feel like there are some people who are just not made for television, and it's the Young Bucks. I hate seeing their family on there. I hate seeing them come out with the truck and them taking a picture of their faces on the truck with their parents and their douchey looking dad on their own TV show, taking a picture of it. Like, I was so annoyed by them this week and all of that. Like, I can deal with Miro, understand where he's at. He's in a hole. I can deal with Brandon Cutler having the greatest entrance of all time.
Can you?
Yeah, I can live with that. I can deal with Darby Allin swinging through the ramp just like Batman. Anything like that, I was okay with. I can deal with bad wrestling. Like people sucking and just wrestling in general. Ryan Nemeth, I can deal with that. I cannot deal with the Young Bucks and their bad writing storytelling, their horrible acting, their stupid looking father, and all of this. It just bugs me. Like it immediately makes me go, oh.
Do you know what
all the EVPs say I hate them.
Do you know the worst thing about this is? I should probably sit up straight. I'm just realizing how bad I'm sitting.
No, slouch on the Young Bucks. Slouch on them.
This shit would fly on like Monday Night Raw. Think about it. Think about their storylines, the way they act. Vince would eat that shit up.
Yeah. I hate it.
So I think I know why Jericho beat up and Papa Buck.
Why is that?
He wanted a shirt. Because Jericho is known for wearing terrible clothing. Who else wears terrible clothing? Mr. Papa Buck.
Oh, God. I didn't even understand the ambulance. Why didn't both Bucks get in there? I guess they gotta take the mom. Where was she at the time?
No. So the real question is, why the fuck are the Good Brothers getting in an ambulance? when it clearly should be the Young Bucks and the mom.
Yeah. I don't know where the mom is. I guess they didn't want to leave the car. They didn't trust the car being left at Daly's place. You know, they break into shit. You see the NXT parking lot. You don't know nothing about the AEW part. They have no cameras there.
I know it's wrestling, but damn.
I have no idea why the Good Brothers jumped in there. Like, there was a random Good Brothers showing up in this. And I don't know what they're doing with this whole, and, you know, it sounds like I'm shitting on AEW. I actually enjoyed the show. I don't know what they're doing with this Forbidden Door. The Good Brothers were readily on the show. They had no use for them. But they're not promoting that Kenta is fighting Jon Moxley for the United States title this Friday. Or tomorrow. Because Jon Moxley's going to lose, probably.
So we got Isaiah Cassidy with Matt Hardy and TH2 versus Hangman Page. Matt Hardy is thrown out from ringside because the Dark Order snitched on him. It was a very good match, which I'm surprised picks up the win. Hangman picks up the win. Then Matt Hardy at the end of the match is very upset that Hangman did what he did, and he's going to hurt every member of the Dark Order as he throws, I think it's Alan Angels, through a table off the stage.
Man, you could have told me his name was Nathan Jones, and I'd been like, yep. I honestly don't know any of these guys' names other than, Johnny Hungy. I don't know why I'm blanking out on his name. I don't know any of them. -1. You gotta take out -1. I want to see Matt Hardy beat up -1. And that's crossing the line. Just drag him out there, or go full Papa Buck, pour tomato sauce on his head, whatever it takes. I enjoyed it. I feel like when the private party started, I always thought that, why am I blanking out on names? Jesus, what's the one with the braids?
Mark Quinn
was the one with the upside, but after seeing this, I thought, Cassidy isn't that bad. He might have more of an upside.
I don't like either of them.
Come on, Manny.
They need no.
I
think Quinn could be good. Not Quinn. Cassidy could be good. He needs to add some size to him.
Yeah.
He's too skinny.
I think he's skinny fat. Like what they accuse CM Punk of being. Like he has all that, like the tank top. He doesn't really look like he's swole or he hits the gym at all. Just kind of wakes up like this. I was upset with the referee throwing out Matt Hardy over what the Dark Order did, over all the other shenanigans that would happen throughout the night. Matt Hardy is the only one to get thrown out. I'm like, but what about TH2? They can still get involved. Nah, Matt Hardy.
But they didn't. They didn't for the rest of the match. It was pretty even after that.
Well, they weren't sure if they were getting that money. I'm like they're only hanging around for that $3,700. Once you give somebody a little money, they never go away.
They must have got paid this week. They must have got paid this week.
No one asked Helico and Jack Evans to come out this week.
Is it $3,700 every time they come out with him now?
Who knows? But the story is still convoluted. It's still like, but we're going somewhere with this big money match.
We also went somewhere with I can't remember who was interviewing. Was it Marvez? Marvez enters a workshop, and Kenny and Don are in the workshop building the Moxley extermination chamber.
Yes, Manny, what did you think of the audio in this one?
I don't know. I was watching it at ×2 speed, so I didn't really care.
Well, Manny, you would have been pissed. You couldn't hear shit. They were welding back there. I don't know what was going on in this segment or what the purpose of it was. Kenny's back there hammering shit. You don't honestly see what he's working on. He said he's working on the extermination chamber. And I'm going like, what are they talking about? Kenny is stupid, too.
Okay, so in the
Jon
chat...
Moxley was serious.
In the chat, we've got Levi saying, the Big Show was a great signing. He lost a bunch of weight and looks more credible than The Miz. I wouldn't say credible. I wouldn't say at this point in his career, I can't say he's more credible than The Miz.
I don't feel like this is a hot take. Mitchell looks more credible than anybody because he's 7 feet tall, right? Like that's not comparing people to anybody. I don't feel like the Big Show is credible. He's just old.
And then El Luchador said they got paid on being elite. Nobody watches Being Elite. Who's got time for that?
There's too much wrestling in the world, okay? I got NXT UK to watch. Okay? And occasionally I'll check out an MLW main event. I have a line, okay? I have a line.
So then we get...
one day I'll watch Ring of Honor again.
So then we get Dr. Britt Baker versus Nyla Rose. Decent match.
I thought it was good. I'm upset that Britt Baker is never winning. Ever. Like
I don't like this bracket, to be honest, at all. Like I feel like they had enough people to kind of wipe out the fact that they needed a Japanese side to this bracket.
Yeah. I just hope we're not getting a final of Nyla Rose versus Riho. We've been there, done it. Last time Riho was in, all she fought was Nyla Rose. I would have wanted something new. I thought we were leading to Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa in the final. That would have worked for me.
Well, I feel like I know where this is going. It's Riho versus whoever comes out of the Japanese bracket to face Shida. And I'm not going to be happy with it.
Manny, do you think they secretly filmed the finals to this already in Japan?
Probably.
And it's like, oh, it's Yuka Sakazaki versus Riho in secret. They could have.
Well, all of that stuff they recorded and started showing on the AEW Wrestling YouTube channel looks like it been recorded a very long time ago.
In 1997. Aja Kong. Like Aja Kong in a prime. like, what the hell? But, they got more on the Bleacher Report, too. Is this a Big Show argument still going on?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Big Show. He was dead. Nobody wanted to see Big Show anymore. He's a good signing because he's a good name, and he's going to do commentary and not wrestle. He lost a bunch of weight, according to his thumbnail picture that they have, in which it looks like they made him smaller.
Yeah, they just made him smaller. He looks like he lost 400 pounds. He's now like 150 in that picture.
Like, Big Show, 205 live. But I'm sure he lost weight. He was losing weight when he was in WWE. I'm sure he's in great shape, but they did string him up in that picture.
I think he's just under 400 now.
He has that breakup weight though. Him losing weight is that breakup weight. Oh, you're not gonna re-sign me? I'll show you. All I want for Big Show is to do a good job on commentary and not be bitter that he didn't say sorry to WWE and just take shots at WWE or whatever show he's calling. That's all I want. Just be the Big Show. Be Paul White.
Levi said the tournament actually got him into watching TJPW, which might be the best book wrestling company out there.
Oh.
I don't watch that, so.
What is TJPW? I know it's Japan Pro Wrestling. What's the T?
TJ Perkins Wrestling.
Hey.
It's the only TJP I watch.
Well, you can watch TJP versus Suicide.
TJP.
It'd be Suicide each week. And he'll take turns doing the reverse.
Okay,
so I didn't watch any of the tournament. I'm sorry. I didn't feel like doing the research. Last time they had one of these women only on YouTube shows, it was terrible. It was the Brandy Classic. That's all I remember, and I couldn't watch it. They have more of it on the Bleacher Report on Sunday. I'm probably not gonna watch it then. I just want to get to the finals. There are women I like in their company that actually can wrestle, and Serena Deeb is out. Thunder Rosa is fighting next week, or is she fighting Sunday? I don't know.
Levi, I don't know what you're Levi, I don't know what you're taking, mate. That take is the worst take in wrestling right now. Shaq versus Big Show is the most anticipated. Is more anticipated than Edge versus Roman.
Not in this current state. Not in this current. I don't think Shaq can move. I don't want to see Shaq can move.
I don't want to see Shaq versus Big Show because reality tells you Big Show is gonna win.
Yeah, but 5 years ago when they had their standoff in Dallas, I think it's 5 or 6 years ago, whatever it was. Maybe because they were at least in their mid-40s, but now they're 50. It's even worse. Like, as more years go by, it's more I'm like, this could be terrible.
It is going to be terrible. We all know this is going to be terrible.
Like, I don't believe Shaq can do anything athletic at all right now. I really don't think he can do anything. Like, I can't see Shaq taking a bump. I can't see him climbing to the top like Snoop Dogg did and falling off.
Okay,
like,
so this... Okay, Marcus. So
Shaq
the next
is scary
match...
right now because you don't see him do anything.
Can we stop talking about the Shaq match? Because I don't want to watch it.
Shaq, Manny. Shaq, okay? This is a local legend.
So the next match is sponsored by How About That Dive, which is the face of the Revolution ladder match qualifier between Ray Phoenix and Lance Archer, who last week apparently had the worst backstage beatdown between both of them.
Man, you know what I was upset about the footage of them having their little fight?
It just
like,
ended.
Oh, yeah.
It just ended.
Like, they read the yeah, you can't end. Just have somebody separate them. TNA, I feel like did that all the time when they would be like set up a fight and then they cut away from the fight. How'd that end? Like, did someone call the cops? Is that what happened? But, you know, I enjoyed the match. It was fine. Ray Finney's did the dive again, Manny. And I have to ask, Manny, how about that dive?
Okay, so he hit him, but then he also hit the rail. He didn't land on the rail. He hit him. He got more contact with him this time, so I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6 out of 10 for contact. But then he hit that guardrail. He hit it hard. He's like, oh, and commentary claim he landed on his feet. No, he landed on his ass and it hurt.
No, he landed on his feet after hitting his ass on that rail. And then, after he hit that dive, I remember him just slowly going down, going, ooh. Like, into a chair, like, that hurt. Oh. I didn't know who was going to win this match, and it kept me on the edge of my seat. I thought maybe it could even end in a draw with the table time limit, because I was like, maybe both of them should get in. Because the people they have in the match, I'm like, how'd they get in? Why did these two got to fight to the death?
Hold on.
Cody just gets to waltz in.
No.
Scorpio Sky,
How did Scorpio Sky get in there?
who hasn't been seen in a decade. So, I'm like, wait a minute. How are these guys in? But they have to fight to the death. This was some serious Raw Adam Pearce shit right here. When he's just letting people come in. So, I thought it was a good match and a really good main event. I'm shocked, no shenanigans, no pull apart at the end of this. It just ended.
I'm glad
Dynamite just ended. I was like, that was different from any other wrestling show right there. They just had a contest, someone won, and they shook hands, and it was the end of the show. And I went, well, I'll be damned. Oh, isn't Penta's in the ladder match too, right?
Yeah, I have no idea how he got into that.
If you were injured at some point, you get into the ladder match.
Apparently not having a visa also gained you entry into this match.
But one thing I would like AEW to not do is not, and I also want WWE to do this for the triple threat match. Every pay-per-view WWE has a triple threat match, no matter what. It just seems like it could be a takeover, it could be a SmackDown, Raw, whatever. NXT UK. I want to have a pay-per-view without a triple threat match on the WWE program, and I want AEW to do a pay-per-view without a ladder match. I think every pay-per-view they've had a ladder match or the Casino Battle Royal.
Yeah.
And I need to avoid one or the other. And I feel like we're still going to get a Battle Royal for that show at Revolution.
So let's move over to NXT.
Tony looked like she has a point, and I don't. I know that she's wrong. That EO is ducking her, but she looks like she has a valid point that EO is fighting everybody but her.
So NXT kicks off with Dexter Loomers versus Johnny Gargano, accompanied by The Way, in a match with a lot of outside shenanigans by The Way.
I was in no DQ. There should have been a DQ right away when Candice LeRae jumped on Loomis.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. Then this match was actually okay, though, where it clearly moved into Dexter as being what seems to be the next contender for the North American title.
Got that choke out on him. What do you think of the Indy Hartwell in love with Dexter Loomis and Stockholm Syndrome? For
yeah, they don't actually think he's a bad guy anymore.
Yeah, he's not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's like, we hung out, and, it was cool. And she's falling in love, and Indy's like, damn, he's hot. And it's like, what the hell? And so they're going to therapy. I'm seeing Dr. Shelby next week. I think Dr. Shelby will be on NXT next week.
Probably.
But overall, they should have threw this match out like 3 times. There's so many shenanigans. Dexter Loomers was counted out in the middle of this match. It was like 9, and then Gargano broke the count. And I'm like, we could have been done with this.
So obviously we get Malcolm Bivens in the back talking to an injured Leon Ruff.
I died laughing when he hopped up behind the medical bed like this. And I was like, this motherfucker he's just in the training room looking for opponents.
He's a sneaky guy. I like him.
Yeah, I like it. That's how you be a manager.
Just how to be a manager. I feel like Slick would have done that. I feel like Mr. Fuji would have done that.
Yeah, but you got bad product if you need to fight an injured Leon Ruff. Like, that was his plan. I'm going to fight an injured Leon Ruff. Like, I feel like you should be able to take Leon Ruff without the injury. Like, you shouldn't have to be like, ooh, I can pick up the scraps from a North American champion.
And then, obviously, Malcolm thinks of Leon as the son he didn't have and never wanted. Which was one of the things that I was considering being the dumbest things of the week. Before the match started, Swerve kicked the holy hell out of Leon Ruff during his entrance to the ring, which I believe was Marcus's Black History Month moment of the week.
Yeah, it was going to be of the day. I mean, Bobby Lashley held that title. Was the actual moment. I mean, even the referee's reaction, no! My brother, no! Don't do this!
Even look at his face.
Oh, sure, he got knocked the fuck out. I mean, this was horrible. Like, I did not see this coming. I knew they have Swerve had beef, and he's an angry person right now, but I didn't think he was this angry to kick somebody while they're upside down. He is going full Tatanka with that red streak. It's just full evil.
Yeah, this man cannot be trusted.
That's why he needs to be on the main roster in the Hurt Business. God damn it, Manny. I'm going to keep saying it till it happens.
Something I really appreciated this week. Cameron Grimes.
Yes.
Studying $1 million man. But fails to kick the ball away and loses money in both situations.
Did not understand. Did not understand. I need to watch the full video. Oh, he's a great guy. Let's see it. It's so hard to dribble. Like, he's never seen a basketball game.
Like,
or maybe,
Ted DiBiase, you ain't smarter than Cameron Grimes. Ted DiBiase, this ain't over. This ain't over.
I need Ted DiBiase to show up in NXT. I feel like that would pop the rating for no reason if you advertise the $1 million man versus Cameron Grimes. Warren, Cameron Grimes maybe when he watches modern NBA where you can travel so much you don't even have to dribble. No one's ever dribbling 10 times. It's dribble, 8 steps, run to the basket from the half court or shoot it from there.
Are you referring to Shaq the Fool, Marcus?
I'm referring not only we had enough Shaq on this show, but I'm referring to all the NBA players who just decided that we're just going to travel from now on, and there's nothing the referee can do about it.
So then he then asks someone in the parking lot before he can even dribble 2 times. He punches him.
That was funny.
He punched him in the face.
So there was the one before this in the parking lot when the black people were just hanging out with the new recruit for the WNBA. I forget her name already, but I was like, oh, that's her. That's the one that was good. That was a basketball player. Watch her dribble. And then, so he let her go through with the crossover and everything. I was like,
no. He tried to kick it. Kick it, but then she got him with the crossover.
Yeah. And Manny, that was my Black History Month moment of the day. That was it right there. Oh, got him. But the dude in the parking lot who got punched, I hope he has a good lawyer. But then again, he still got paid.
Yeah, he did.
Grimes just threw the money in the air after dropping him. But it was so funny. It was one, bah! Take that $1 million man. Take that. Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase, you can kiss my grits.
Now, do you think we're going to actually get Ted DiBiase on NXT?
You might as well have him. And is it like he can't be charging much for an appearance?
I'm sure we can get him on Cameo for about $25. There was part of me hoping that we get Ted Jr. back into the game, a revitalized Ted in NXT for no reason. It's not your daddy be healthy. I'm back.
So we get Zoe Stark versus Eoshirai in a decent showing of Zoe Stark. Again. She's a decent wrestler. I did not know.
Good. Yeah.
Who knew? I didn't.
I'm sure somebody knew. But she's really good, and no chicken feathers this week. She had her mouth full with Io. They went back and forth throughout the match, and I feel like the next move is to push Zoe Stark to the moon. And that's what they're going with.
And then
Raquel and Zoe Stark to main event a takeover coming soon.
Tony Storm obviously comes out and states that Io can't beat her. That's why she pinned Mercedes Martinez. And Io said that she will fight her anytime, any place, anywhere. And then that match is booked for 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks or next week?
2
I think
weeks.
it's 2 weeks.
I don't know why 2 weeks. I was hoping next week. I was like, oh, this is what's going to happen.
Oh, because the big ratings draw of Cody versus Shaq is happening.
It's going to draw. Man, if that doesn't draw, AEW needs to throw.
Define draw. If it breaks 1 million, I'll say well done.
They have to break 1 million, but they have to also not become a laughingstock on Twitter for how bad that match may be.
Because you know what that Twitter is going to be like. Who's Cody Rhodes? Who's Cody Rhodes?
No, I don't know what's the. I know Cody is the biggest name in the world, but I feel like Dusty Rhodes' son could carry. I feel like that may get him. That may help him out. That may help him.
I don't know.
I mean, he's appeared on Arrow too. Come on, he has to go Big Show. I don't see him falling. Him just going like, what the hell is this? Who's this Jeff Jarrett kid looking? Fake Dolph Ziggler. And he was on WWE programming. I feel like Cody could pull this off.
Yeah, but when Cody was on WWE programming, he was one skinny kid.
Oh, they may say he get the gas. I don't know. I hope them the best in that segment with Cody and Shaq, or Shaq and Cody and Jade. But I only see doom. Like, I don't see anything good coming from this.
Okay, so Casey Catanzaro versus Riley. Riley pretty much destroys Casey.
Yes.
Just nearly breaks a leg, allegedly. Tells Kaden she is next, so she is now called Jaya Goldberg.
Yes. When she broke that leg, I went, oh! But...
Oh, Marcus. What do you think about that defense on Boa?
Yeah, he want to talk about NBA.
He had some good details.
Check him out. He's gonna get through. He learned his lesson from last time. Nah, I'm gonna die for this right now. I'm gonna die for this. You're not getting to Tian Shaw, attorney-at-law. You're not getting to her. I'm really concerned what happened to the Shifu. Why was he written off?
Yeah, why? I feel like he should play a role in this.
He had a look to him. Like, this guy looked like he means business.
That guy looks like he charges too much money.
Yeah, he took acting serious.
So we actually end up with GYV versus Killian Dane and Drake Maverick. GYV state that Regal had them fined for attacking MSK earlier in the evening, and one of them broke their hand.
Yes. To sum all of this up, I enjoyed the MSK package. I enjoyed the match for whatever it was. But more importantly, Imperial might be coming for Killian Dane. Not like to attack him, but to take him away.
What are you doing? You used to be a monster.
Now look at you in the hospital. What is this? How dare Wolf come back and do that? How dare he?
What do you mean?
What?
Marcus, if I came to America and I saw you working as a clown, I'm like, look at you. You used to be a podcaster. I'd say that to you straight to your face.
Yeah, and I'd be like, Manny, look at me. I have a job, okay? This is what I do. Okay? I don't come to your country and criticize your job, all right? This is paying the bills right now. How dare you? All right? Now my floppy ass horn. Manny, I don't know if we brought it up, but NXT had probably my favorite moment of the week, and I planned on doing stuff throughout the night when we had the Santos Escobar updates throughout the night if he was going to show up to work or not. Because it looked like it was going to be a no-call, no-show, and his boss was furious. I was ready to do this, Manny, multiple times during the show. Oh, shoot! Has anybody seen Escobar? My favorite part about Escobar not showing up was the random time Finn Balor was just walking around the parking lot like he was smoking, and they called like he was just walking in the background. And I was like, why is Finn Balor just back there?
The thing I didn't understand was, doesn't Rigo have an assistant or something that he could send out? Why did he have to keep going outside?
Is there nobody? They didn't figure out a punching strategy so he can know when someone shows up. He clearly had shown. I mean, he's clearly not answering his phone. But I don't know what he was looking for. Like, the Santos Escobar has his own parking space. It was like, did he feel that? He said, yeah. Is he not here? I can't believe this motherfucker. I can't believe him. I can't believe it. I swear to God. But he reminded me of Craig from Friday, just checking to see if his phone was ringing. My phone ringing? No, man. Like, he literally looked high. Like,
so this actually does.
Rigo.
So this actually does lead into Karrion Kross versus Santos Escobar. What turns out to be a parking lot brawl for the beginning of this, which I didn't know was going to happen. Which is where I lead you to the dumbest thing this week.
Okay.
So I said there was going to be an action this week, not something someone said. So Karrion Kross picks up. So obviously Santos Escobar has now locked himself in the front of the truck.
Yes.
And then
yes.
Karrion Kross picks up a pickaxe.
Yes.
Instead of smashing the glass, he decides to put a dent in the door. And nothing happens from it. That is by far the dumbest thing this week.
So I expected him to break glass as well, Manny. I expected a stone cold breaking of the glass. That truck was clearly not in use of any kind. That they went to a junkyard and grabbed that truck. Because that truck looked so fucking beat up that it looked like no one could have been driving that seriously. I don't know why he went to the door. He could have got stuck in the door with the thing. And Escobar could have came out the other side. I thought Escobar was just going to drive off, too. Like, I don't need this shit. I'm going to drive off in the truck.
And then this might be the only time Kross has appeared interesting to me since the Keith Lee and the Fire book.
That time he killed Dijakovic and changed him forever.
Yeah, he hasn't seemed very interesting for a very long time.
Yeah, ever since he won the title, it changed the man.
But that Saito suplex through the table was a really good spot.
Yeah, it was a good spot. I enjoyed a lot of the match. He looked like a monster considering that he destroyed the entire Cruiserweight division and Legado del Fantasma. But, they ran through it. I didn't know how they were going to finish it. I thought, that Gargano was just going to, get away. Basically get away, just leave.
Yeah.
Maybe they continue to some other time. But they basically ended the feud here. And, I was satisfied with it. I thought he looked like a monster. Looks like $1 million. Is he $1 million? It's still to be determined. I still need to see a great one-on-one match with him. With
okay. If you put a scale of Brock Lesnar here, or there, because that's the good side, and then Ryback here, where is he sitting? Where is he sitting?
Why is Ryback on the other end?
Because Ryback is terrible.
Where's Lars Sullivan fit on the scale?
Lars Sullivan doesn't compare on the scale because he's unemployed. I suppose Ryback, but lead Ryback is employable.
Can I tell you that was my Black History Month moment of the month? Lars Sullivan being released by WWE. I think he's still in the middle. It's the jury is still to be out on Kross if he's going to do it. Like everything about him seems to be like it should be the guy.
Yeah.
He has the amazing entrance. He has the size, the look. He seems like he can go. He has Scarlett, who does all the hard work for him. And it just seems like everything should work, but there's just something that every now and then just doesn't click Like, I don't even think it's his wrestling. I just think he just doesn't have that right opponent in NXT. I think he should definitely be in the main roster, fight some of those bigger guys.
Yeah. And then, so we move through to Adam Cole, who says he was pissed off that Kyle O'Reilly got multiple opportunities with Finn Balor for the NXT title, and he kept failing, and he is ashamed of himself, and he apologizes to Kyle. Roddy comes out like a woman who's just been cheated on.
Roddy, main event of NXT, Roddy Strong screams like a little bitch. What are you doing? What are you doing? And you ruined everything. You ruined it. And, for years, Adam, we were building this for years. And I can just do this. And then Finn's like, fuck all this. I'm going to try this show.
Yeah, so Roddy says Kyle is going to heal, but he doesn't know if he can save Adam from what he's going to do to him. Finn attempts to take out both Cole and Roddy, but Cole lands a super kick on Finn. And then Roddy gets betrayed as well, as Adam hits a low blow, and then rips off the UE dog tag, followed by a super kick.
Oh, Manny, that's so biased the way you said that. It's so biased. Roddy attacked Adam first. Roddy clotheslined Adam before he super kicked him.
That was it.
Yeah.
That didn't drop him. He clotheslined him, then he hugged him.
Yep. I love you, man. I love you. We shouldn't be doing this shit. We shouldn't be doing this. Pow! Nike's in the face. You got it. I wish somebody get kicked so hard that they get the Nike check in their cheeks. That's what I want. That's literally what I wanted. And I was happy that Alex Cole attacked Roddy Strong. And I thought this was a clever plan that Roddy was in on to get Finn. It wasn't. Roddy apparently doesn't know the plan. I think Adam Cole knew the plan, and Roddy, like he said, is just stupid. Ain't good. Now, the next segment I want is Bobby Fish in the hospital with Kyle, and then Bobby Fish, for no reason, starts attacking Kyle. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to get my ass kicked by Adam Cole. Not today.
So,
I'm Team Cole, baby.
So before we close the show,
Yes.
Levi says he's buying AEW over Mania. This will be the first WrestleMania I'm missing since 1997.
Dang.
Which I think is a bad deal.
Yeah.
$60 for a show that may not be good versus $10 for a show that may not be good.
Now,
And you get to watch The Office.
don't get The Office. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do.
And then Punky Brewster.
Now, about WrestleMania, I think this is going to be the best WrestleMania in years.
Because of the Peacock deal.
No, not even because of Peacock. Because I think the fans are going to be hyped. There's going to be 30,000 people here. It's going to be a large gathering for a wrestling show. The largest gathering for a wrestling show.
I don't know, because they're going to be
Since
so
it's
spaced
COVID.
out, I don't think it's going to appear.
I
Do you
feel
know
like
when
the
it's in?
wrestling fans are
Do
gonna
you know when
follow
it's in a
it.
stadium? I feel like they're still going to be piped in audio.
They might. But I feel like they're going to be hyped. I feel like the fans are going to be hyped.
And then he's also said WWE really needs to refresh everything they do from NXT to the main roster. They have amazing talent that's boring. He's right, but it's still working on some levels. It's not all bad.
Yeah. The reason I can't go the NXT route if I'm the main roster is that I look at NXT ratings every week and go, no one cares about that.
Yeah.
No one cares about good wrestling. Like
Everyone cares about good storytelling, and that's what it is. That's why people watch. That's why episodic TV is so bingeable. No one's binge watching wrestling, weeks of wrestling. If you took out all the wrestling and it was just the storytelling, I think a lot more people would watch it. So, if you did, imagine you did a cinematic shortened version of some of the best matches in wrestling, and then went through the story of it with all the promos and stuff. I think you'd get a better TV show, to be honest.
I don't know. I feel like you'd be missing something off the wrestling.
No.
It'd be weird.
So
Steve
imagine
Austin's coming out with his truck, he's spraying people, and then, yeah, what happened with that? Yeah, he's now fighting. He's now arguing with The Rock about something. He can't mention wrestling. Don't show the wrestling.
So imagine the way this man does his book. Imagine that as a film series where you focus very little on the wrestling. So like you only show the clips of like the best parts of that match, and then in a cinematic view. So like they did with Edge and Randy Orton.
You mean with Young Rock?
Yeah. I didn't watch the second episode yet, but like if they did that, made it look cinematic, like the way they did their cinematic series on the WrestleMania cinematic series on the network.
Oh yeah.
If they did that and then shortened it to like a 2-minute kind of match thing, and then had the story going around it, I think that you'd draw in a bigger audience.
And it was only an hour.
Yeah. You would lose the wrestling audience, but I think you would gain so much of the casual audience.
So basically, Lucha Underground, Manny.
Yeah.
I mean,
I never watched it. I think I watched like 2 episodes of it.
it's kind of Lucha Underground is a telenovela that occasionally you get some wrestling in there, but I feel like WWE to me has been it's not all hit, it's not all miss, but you do get some gems in there. Like, the main roster isn't all bad. I'm still enjoying the SmackDown stuff. The stuff on Raw is sometimes convoluted, but you still occasionally get some gems and some good stories there. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You got to also remember, guys, it's a variety show. It's not everything is not going to hit with everyone.
Yeah. My favorite take on the WWE product was from Chris Hero this week, when he basically posted, when he on his podcast said that the way they booked the WWE show, they say Vince is out of touch or whatnot, is that he's never trying to be in touch. He doesn't care about it. He's making the show he wants to see, and the one that's going to bring in the most revenue, because
it's a business end of the day.
To be honest, wrestling fans never bring in the money. Like, it's a niche thing. It's niche. It's like comic books to a point. There's always a boom period, which we had with the Attitude Era and the ECW and that whole 90s to early 2000s, but no one can keep that up.
Because if you honestly love wrestling, like to the purist wrestling and stuff like that, stick to the indies, stick to AEW. Do your thing. But AEW is slowly turning it, like you saw it this week, AEW is slowly turning into the WWE, WCW product, where they're trying to get really bad stories over.
I feel like it's more, AEW would be, like, people compare it to WCW, but I'm more comparing it, and it's not in a bad way, as much as I've shit on TNA in the past, but it seems like they're TNA. Like, it's molding into that. Not even in a bad way, because, for me, with TNA, their storylines kind of were all over the place, but they always had probably some of the most exciting matches with the X Division, and even some of their main events with their guys, and they had decent storytelling. But a lot of it was it started getting jumbled and all over the place when they start bringing too many WWE guys and trying to maximize their view. When they try to, like, when wrestling companies fall apart is when they try to get more people to watch. And that's what pretty much happens to everybody. Like, oh.
It's because they're going for the let's get the fast ratings grabs where you pull in people, but like there's only so much some people are going to stick around for something like that.
Yeah. Before
they get tired of it and then they'll go away. Which is like us. We have a great, like, if you look at this channel, like, it's a very small viewership, but like it's slowly getting bigger. We're not growing exponentially.
No, we're growing, Manny. We're growing, baby. We're on that money truck.
See, you said growing. I thought you said crawling, and I feel like that's what we're doing in terms of subscriber count.
Yeah.
Which I feel like for a small channel, this is great. Like, but I'm not going over the moon to like build to do great, like, massive big content till we can get the viewership.
The Sharpshooters the movie?
Yeah.
Well, Manny decides to become a professional wrestler. Like, wait, what are we doing? Hey, this is the budget now. We gotta do this.
Yeah, till we can start drawing like big like subscribers and stuff like that. We're gonna continue the way we are. We're not gonna try. We'll do different projects here and there because we want to, It's not like we're going to be trying to do it to grab people to attention to watch it.
Back to it about, Mania and I'm going to order Revolution, the whole thing. You know what? For everybody, just watch your own stuff. There's too much wrestling for everybody to suffer through a wrestling show that they don't like. Like, to me, ideally, I know this may not make any sense. I know the money isn't the same. I would have rather seen Big Show end up in Impact to upgrade their competition. And D-Lo and Stryker, I heard them this week. They're fine. But I think Big Show could add something to commentary, and I'd rather see him on a weekly basis than on the YouTube channel.
Well, the other thing is, Big Show could probably work as in their Nightmare Academy to help those people, like as a trainer and stuff like that. Like it's only gonna benefit AEW to have someone that experienced in multi-facets. Like the Big Show is a talented person. Yeah.
He's entertaining. He's good. I feel like that was a tremendous signing that they got. I don't feel like that's the as someone put it, that's the Raw's cracking on the WWE. I think I saw it was like, everybody's jumping over. But I'm like, no,
it's the Big Show. He's like 50 years old.
He's 50. They weren't using him, and this was basically for his benefit. This is like this isn't like Tom Brady leaving the Patriots. In a way, it kind of is, but
no, it isn't.
He ain't winning a championship. But
he's not the main event draw you come to see anymore. He's more He's the mid card attraction that's gonna occasionally wrestle and occasionally make things look relevant.
Now, the only odd thing that I think Big Show will be like, this is the only negative I have of Big Show on AEW. It's like, when he stands next to other wrestlers,
how small are they going to look?
That everybody's going to look so much.
Even
smaller.
Cage.
Cage is like only 6 feet. Wardlow, like Marco Stunt. Just kidding with that one, but seriously, he towers over everybody, and it's because he's a giant, of course. But so did Gorilla, when he stood over people. But I don't know.
I think the backstage stuff is only going to benefit AEW and possibly what little big men they have, because their big men don't wrestle like big men. They wrestle like they do wrestle like the rest of the pack.
Yeah, dives and jumps. I mean, Hager is kind of the last big man standing of like, I don't really do much. Him and Wardlow kind of aren't the like, we're gonna dive on you no matter what, but more because Hager's older. Wardlow probably because not that athletic, maybe, who knows. I don't know. I like Wardlow too, so I don't know what AEW's gonna do in the future, to be honest. I just hope they don't just get away from some of their dumb shit. And I understand why they're trying to do some of this dumb shit. They need that casual fan, because if you just base it off wrestling fans, you're not gonna go anywhere. Because wrestling fans can't be trusted. Because they've given wrestling fans everything they want. And no one comes... And I think they peaked at whatever, the 9 or 8...
Do you know the problem AEW is going to have?
2 billion people.
That will be the problem AEW will have, is the moment they start realizing they can't always give their fans what they want.
Yeah. I feel like egos might get in the way. I don't know. I still like the way the Bucks booked shit. And Kenny should be... I don't know what Kenny's doing these days. He's at schools and welding and shit. Like, I feel like they were going somewhere with that, and he was like attacking people with his boot, and the Bullet Club was reforming, and he was the evil guy at the hill. But now he's just kind of just around, kind of goofy. Like Finn Balor's being all serious on NXT, and Adam Cole's being dramatic. I'm not getting that from Kenny. Like, when you tell me it's going to be a barbed wire death match, exploding death match next week, and Moxley goes out there and cut a really good promo about how he lives for this shit, he dies for this shit, and Kenny's back there basically just joking around, welding, and not taking any of this
Kenny's
shit
backstage
serious.
being Doc Brown of Back to the Future.
Yeah, like Mox just cut this really, like, hardcore promo of, like, he's a badass and he can't wait to get in there, and Kenny's just like, I'm going to goof around. Like, just that uneven shit. Like, if your feud is serious, be serious. And then out of nowhere, Inner Circle, who has a match at Revolution with the Young Bucks, Oh yeah, we gotta remind ourselves they have that match. We gotta put some heat on this feud because we've only been focusing on inner circle random shit. I don't know. It's just little stuff. One day they'll tweak it and get it all right.
So Levi, just say you guys are right. The wrestling audience has become the Fox News audience. Unfortunately, the best wrestling angle this year was the Capitol Riot.
Pretty much. That was the best Royal Rumble match ever. And guess what? They won. They won. They lost, too. They lost like a week later. I feel like that was the most disappointing thing if you were the Capitol people. We did it. We stopped everything for like an hour. And then nothing happened and a bunch of us went to jail. I don't know. Wrestling fans are just so niche. They just like... And then, you know what? Know what the main problem with wrestling fans is? And this is it. And this is it. Then I'll stop talking about this. Wrestling fans don't know how... And I'm part of this. They just can't enjoy shit. They look for the worst possible outcome, no matter what the case may be. Oh.
So, according to the chat, we've lost 2 views for the potential WrestleMania watch-along, as our Luchador is also skipping Mania 2.
Wow. Damn.
We didn't need your view anyway.
Damn it.
Losing the title to Marcus. Oh, loser dork.
Yeah. Tell you, Mania's going to be good this year. People are missing out. It's going to be a great show. For the Peacock and for, I think Edge and Roman are going to have a really good match. Cesaro and Seth Rollins are probably going to have a match of the year. If
They're going to steal the show. I feel like they have the ability to steal the show, and they probably will.
Yeah. That should be outstanding. Bianca and Sasha should be fire. Should be.
I feel like Seth and Cesaro is going to go above and beyond what Seth did with Kevin Owens last year.
Well, yeah. I feel like, yeah, it has to. That was an empty arena and awkward.
He said, I'll give you a view and I'd like to help, though. You don't want your pee.
Don't throw me coins, alright? If you ain't got the change, don't give it to me, alright? I'm a bum, alright? Don't give me a sandwich. I want to drink booze, okay? I hate alcohol. You gonna give me this McDonald's sandwich? I want the cash.
I'm having the worst week of my life, and you're gonna give me pity views. How dare you? A side conversation that we will not be divulging on the channel. So that is the end of the show. If, of course, if you liked the video, if you made it this far, you probably should subscribe if you haven't already.
I have one more thing. It's not long. Rest in peace to the question mark. Damn it, one of the best characters in NWA Power. Which was a show I loved. Fuck this pandemic.
Is the NWA Power done?
Yeah, about. Question mark passed away. All the people I liked are now either in AEW or WWE of some kind, or Impact. And I think NWA might be done. Nick Aldis is still champion. But, you know, that's just a given.
How long till he appears on AEW? He said he won't, but I feel like he will.
I feel like Mickey James is going to be like, you have to get your ass out the house. You better go make that money. I don't care if it's an NXT, AEW, MLW. I don't care if you're doing Bloodsport, New Japan. I don't even care if you're doing Stardom. You better get your ass into the make that money. Shit. Not surviving on my WWE Legends contract.
Okay, so that is the end of the show. Hit up our merch page at www.storefrontier.com/DSPN because we need it.
We need it.
Some of us had to make an unnecessary purchase today, and they like the other night, and didn't enjoy it. Hurt my wallet.
Yeah, and because if you're not ordering WrestleMania this year, send us $10.
Yeah.
All the content we doing.
Yeah. I don't know what the PayPal address is, but yeah.
Yeah.
Send us money.
Send us money. PayPal, Apple Pay, Facebook Pay. I don't even know what they call it anymore. Mail me pay. Pay.
Pay us.
Give me some pay. That sounds terrible.
I've been Lord Manny Hayes. He's been.
Marcus, the grand finale. What was that?
Someone sneezing.
Oh, I thought I heard someone yelling, Pepe!
Adam Cole!
Pepe! One day, Tony Stark, you will get your title shot and EO will stop ducking you. One day.
I hope we could get the continued on SmackDown Billy Kay attempting to lure Bailey.
Well, you know, Manny, you know she tried to join the Hurt Business at the Elimination Chamber.
Yes!
That was something we proposed in the middle of Raw Underground. Speaking of Raw Underground, that's all Bloodsport is. When they were talking about Moxley and whoever he was fighting and Davey Boy Smith, I was looking at it going like, is this Raw Underground? And then in the chat, and like the comments was like, this is bullshit. And then they were like, this is great. And I'm like, man, this is Raw Underground? And then someone was like, this is not before Raw Underground. Like, but y'all shit on Raw Underground. This shit exists. Get this shit out of here. Shane, man, see your lawyers.
Alright. That's the end of the show, guys. Peace.
Yeah.